Award-winning author Elizabeth Gilbert is here to share stories from her New York Times best-selling memoir, Eat, Pray, Love. Welcome, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much.
Can you explain the title and how you came to choose Italy, India, and Indonesia as your destinations?
There were different things that were calling to me. There was one part of me that just needed to be sort of babied and wanted relief and wanted beauty and wanted to be taken care of. And that part of me was the part that wanted to go to Italy and have gelato for breakfast every day for 4 months. And there was this other part of me that just felt a great yearning to connect with divinity. And that was the part of me that wanted to go to India. Which is more important, the pleasure aspect or the devotional aspect? And for that, to solve that, I ended up going to Indonesia, to Bali, because I had been to Bali in the past, and I felt like Balinese culture as a whole kind of gets that piece. They know how to weave a life together that is equal parts joy and devotional practice. And so I wanted to wrap it all up there, and that brought me to those 3 countries. The title, Eat, Pray, Love, is of course a reflection of the 3 countries that I went to. Eat, obviously being Italy, because where else would you go to do that? Pray being India, and love being the unexpected surprise that I found when I went to Bali.
How did you ever manage to resist getting into a romantic entanglement in Rome?
I have to admit that you're not the only person to find it amusing that I was keeping a vow of celibacy while in Italy. It was an act of self-preservation, to be honest. I'm the sort of girl who always had a boyfriend, kind of serial monogamist of the worst degree, and my entire life had just been one love story after another, generally overlapping and without a single break in between. And I knew that I owed it to myself to give myself this amount of time where I would not have my opinions and my feelings be interfered with at that deep level.
What were some of the more memorable moments of your adventures?
I would say that in Italy, there are certain meals that I still wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and remember. It was a completely transformative experience to go to a place where food is revered as something that is both artistic and spiritual. So I think some of the meals that I had in Italy were truly life-changing.
There's a lot of humor in your book as well.
Yeah, you know, I didn't want to write this heavy tome just about spirituality, depression, divorce, and despair, as fun as that would have been. There is a sort of arrangement there, you know, calls will be responded to in the order they were received.
Eat, Pray, Love is a New York Times bestseller, and its film rights have been optioned by Julia Roberts. When you were writing the book, did you have any idea just how much your very personal story would resonate with so many women?
I totally knew when I was sobbing on the bathroom floor at 3 o'clock in the morning in total suicidal despair that someday Julia Roberts would want to be part of that. No, it's my 4th book, and you know, you just don't know what's the thing that you're going to say someday that people are going to want to respond to.
Are men also reading your book?
When I was writing it, I didn't think that men would be that interested in it. You know, my last book was called The Last American Man, and it was all about the male masculine sort of wilderness experience in America, and I kind of felt like, okay, that was my guy book, you know, and this is my girl book. But just as there were women who read, you know, The Last American Man, it turns out that there's a lot of men out there who are reading Eat, Pray, Love, which has surprised and delighted me in a way. A lot of them are reading it because their wives and girlfriends were reading it out loud to them, you know, enough that they said, all right, give it to me.
In Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth Gilbert takes her readers along for a thought-provoking year, and the journey is unforgettable.